A pleasant day to everyone. Before we begin, please take note of the following reminders. First, we request everyone to rename their respective accounts by placing the name of your company before your name. This will help us to quickly acknowledge you and address you correctly. Second, as we go along with the presentation, you may send in your queries and clarifications via chat, and we will be glad to address them after the presentations. Let's all be reminded of the online etiquette by using the chat box responsibly and ensuring our mic is mute during the presentations. Lastly, you can also share this webinar and connect with us through our social media accounts in Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube as flashed on your screens. Links will also be pasted here in the chat box. Thank you very much. Welcome and a wonderful day to everyone. I am Arian May B. Kamba, one of LAD365 account managers in APAC region from CBA Communication Business Avenue Incorporated. On behalf of the organizing committee, we appreciate your presence today. CBA welcomes you all to this live webinar entitled Empower Your Dynamics Agents with Best-in-Class Customer Experience Omnichannel Tools. We are currently living in the digital age. Thus, we dwell on the rapidly changing needs of the market and continuously adapt to the new marketing era. We would all agree on wanting to efficiently assist customers and resolve their issues in real time in a secure and in compliant engagement platform, right? So today, we will provide you, Microsoft partners, with advanced knowledge about the capabilities of Live Assist from Microsoft Dynamics 365 or LAD365. This program is aimed for you to hear about our omnichannel capabilities, such as voice and video escalation, co-browse options, and added support for Dynamics 365. Learn how Live Assist seamlessly integrates with Dynamics 365. Discover the power of conversational AI and automation. Deliver high employee satisfaction and reduce agent attrition with the introduction of conversational messaging. And lastly, help your teams deliver increased customer experience, improved agent efficiencies, and customer loyalty. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to present to you our first speaker. He is CBA's Senior Product Manager, serving as the company's Chief Evangelist for the discipline, and personally heads up the dynamic product team for Live Assist or Dynamics 365. He has been in the industry, or in the IT industry in particular, for over 25 years. Specialized in networking, servers, virtualization, and automation, with a wide variety of experience as a solution provider and consultant, including leading diverse technical teams spread across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Mr. Roderick Barnard.
Thank you very much for the warm welcome. I really appreciate being here with everybody today. So I'm going to start up and share my screen, and as mentioned, we're going to be talking about some wonderful tools that we can provide your agents. So hopefully all of you are able to see the beginning of my presentation, and you've heard this product, Live Assist for Dynamics 365. We're going to give you some advanced knowledge about that today. So what exactly is Live Assist for Dynamics 365? Well, our mission statement says a lot. Our aim is to be the omni-channel solution of choice for your Dynamics organization. And actually, this is a solution that was co-developed with Microsoft. And essentially, it's a messaging widget that is embedded in and integrated with your Dynamics organization. We support both the Dynamics web client as well as the unified service desk client. And what we do is we offer a variety of tools and channel support to allow your agents to effectively communicate with your customers. We've partnered with and we're powered by a live person, and they assist us in providing intelligent bots and conversational AI for your journeys with customers, and they have an excellent campaign builder and engagement studio. And all of this is supported by our 24/7 Follow the Sun global support team from CBA. So how exactly does LAD365 empower your agents? Well, here are just some highlights of the features that are available, and we'll show you some of these in the demos as we go along. But essentially, it's an easy-to-use conversation inbox for all the different channels right inside your Dynamics organization. This enables your agents to have one-on-one live synchronous conversations with your customers, as well as to have resumable or asynchronous messaging types of conversations. They're able to see previous conversation history, whether that be with another human or with a bot, and some visitor contextual information. Full chat transcript history is available either in a 13-month window or integrated into your own Dynamics org, and we connect these up with entities inside Dynamics. Your agents can also see pre- and post-conversation survey data, once again stored in your Dynamics org, so that they can get the context needed to talk properly to those customers of yours. We've also helped them to have canned messages to speed up things, as well as keyboard shortcuts, the ability to transfer conversations to other skills, agents, or supervisors. We give them visual and audio notifications for messaging, and they have the ability also to control their agent availability status. And as we'll see, there are some really cool tools available. They're able to transfer files to customers, to co-browse the same web page, and even annotate on that page with their customer, and for a personal touch, escalate to a voice and video call. So how do you get started with Live Assist with Dynamics 365? Well, it's very simple and easy. As you can see on my screen here, you head off to the settings part of your Dynamics org, find Microsoft App Source, and you'll see our app in the application listing there. So just do a quick search for Live Assist, and you'll see that we have a free trial available. No technical skill really needed for you to be able to get up and running. In fact, this is a same-day install. So it's really easy for you to start experiencing the wonderful tools that are available for your agents. So what does it look like? Well, on this page, what you're seeing is a Dynamics Customer Service Hub. And on the far right-hand side here, we have our agent widget that's actually collapsed. And essentially what we want for our agents is a single pane of glass. So as you look at this animation, you'll see the agent can pop this conversation inbox open, go and correspond or deal directly with one of your customers. And they're able to do this at the same time as seeing the contacts, cases, and other contexts that they have in your Dynamics organization. So this is a single pane of glass which stops context switching and allows your agents to do more. It's also integrated with your Microsoft Office 365 tenant. So there's a single sign-on. They don't need to sign into a separate messaging program, but they're able to use this all in the same pane of glass. And as we mentioned, what you're seeing here is the Dynamics Web Client. We also support the Unified Service Desk Client, which is a desktop app available for Windows. So how does this all work with a customer? Well, I'm going to show you an example of web engagement. On the far right-hand side here, you'll see a web page, which is our CBA hotel, the demo site that we have, and we have a customer interaction waiting. And here we see an agent going online. So now the agent is available to take conversations. This conversation is initially serviced by a bot and offers the customer the ability to speak to a live agent. So when they do that, it's transferred to a skill, and then the agent is notified that there's a customer ready to speak with them. This is embeddable code that you can simply put into your web page. No major modifications needed, just a few lines of code and no installation needed of any other software whatsoever. So it's very simple, quick and easy to get up and running. And then your agents are able to communicate immediately with your customers. Via Live Person, we offer a full campaign management, a studio for designing these engagements. You can place them in different pages and on different parts of your web page, and also full audience targeting and tracking features. As mentioned, we've bundled some really cool tools with this product. And the first one we'd like to look at is this one called Co-Browse. So Co-Browse is the ability for the agent to offer to browse the same web page that the customer is busy browsing on. And it's a quick and easy way for them to, in a safe way, share information and assist your customer. What's nice is the agent will offer to share and the customer has to accept this. So it's safe and it only shares that specific browser tab that your customer is browsing on, not the entire desktop. You can place this engagement on additional web pages, so as they browse through from the same tab. And once again, like we said, no installation needed for these kinds of products. We support all of the popular browsers. It's available for web engagements on the desktop, as well as mobile engagements using our native mobile SDKs. As you can see, the agent is able to annotate and draw on screen. They're also able to share files from this window, and they have the ability to also assist your customers to fill in forms. We have some simple tags you can add to your forms that can mask private data, and that makes sure that the agent doesn't see anything like credit card numbers and things that you want hidden from the agent. We also have another handy feature which is called shortcode co-browse, and this is another tag you can place on your website, and that generates a number that your customer can simply just read to an agent, even over a normal phone call if you want, and then they can engage in a co-browse session. One of the other really unique tools is the ability to escalate off to a voice and video session. So let's take a look at that here. You'll notice once again the same kind of setup with the customer and the agent. And now the agent decides that it's a good time to offer a video call. So a simple click of that little icon launches a very familiar looking meeting program. And once again, no installation required from the end user. We do this by means of WebRTC technology, so it can support smooth, seamless video built right into this experience. We support the desktop web engagement for this. And the customer has ability to turn off their mic and their video, very similar to the things that they're used to with Zoom and other programs. So this is a really nice way for your customer to get a personal touch from an agent. We'd also like to just zoom in a little on the agent experience with regard to the widget itself. So there are a number of features and tools that are available to make it easier for your agent to engage with customers and offer them really good support. So in my screenshot here, you'll see that the agent has the ability to see that there are some messages waiting, ones that they haven't read yet, and also the channel with which this is coming through, and how long it's been since this agent has sent a message back to the consumer, essentially a wait timer. And as they go in, sorry, I'll go back one page here. As they go in, they're able to see this conversation inbox. They can see even the previous conversation history that they've had with this customer to allow them to have the context needed without asking the same questions again from that consumer. We have some simple context information available too right in the widget. You can see the channel that it's come through, perhaps the IP address and operating system. Each agent has the ability per agent to set their own audio and video notification settings and whether or not they'd like to see a larger ring alert. We also offer shortcuts via keyboard. So there's a /. They can send a canned message. They're customizable. They can also transfer off to another skill, another agent, or perhaps even a supervisor. And we also support emoji, so able to just give a little personal touch in their conversation. Agents can also send files, so they can attach a small file, send it off to the consumer to assist them. And finally, the agent has the ability to set their availability, so they can tell whether or not they're going to be away, and then they won't take any additional calls. But I'm sure the reason you're here is to also see the integrations with Dynamics itself. So let's take a look at some of those. We want to show you how Live Assist seamlessly integrates with Dynamics. And as you look at the screen, you'll notice here the agent has just taken a conversation from a bot-serviced conversation. The bots asked the consumer a number of questions, essentially a pre-conversation survey. And the answers to those questions are stored in a pre-chat survey box inside the chat activity right in your Dynamics org. So the agent can now see this information, allows them to identify the user or get the context they need. We have additional chat metadata about when the chat started and of course when it ends. And they're able to see which URL this user came through on, perhaps visitor information like which country they're from, which device they're browsing on. We have shortcuts for being able to create a case directly off this chat activity. So the agent can create that case, give it some minimal information, and automatically it's linked to this chat activity. And as you mentioned, we also have shortcuts so they can create a lead if they want, or perhaps even an opportunity. So you can see how this could fit in well with your Sales Hub within Dynamics. Once again, just some basic information about the opportunity, and then it's automatically linked with this chat activity. So a very simple and seamless way for customers to be able to do that. As you can see, this customer has come through as a guest visitor. So they're an unauthenticated or anonymous visitor, but our pre-chat survey or pre-conversation survey has identified them. So your agent can do a search. Perhaps it's a user, or perhaps the agent goes and searches through the contacts in Dynamics and notices that this isn't a customer that they have in their contacts. So we have a very simple shortcut. The agent's able to click on that plus, create a contact right in Dynamics, provide just the most basic information. And once they've done that, then they can link this to this specific chat and also all of the previous chats. And this forms part of the timeline for this user. So you'll notice once that's connected, then the name of the customer now shows. And for future conversations, when this customer reconnects on the same channel, then we'll be able to see that automatically. Once the conversation is closed, you're also able to take a look at the chat transcript. So as mentioned, this can be stored in a 13-month rolling window with our partner live person, or if you like, you can turn on storage within Dynamics itself, and you can have this stored for indefinite amount of time, up to you. Additionally, we also support the knowledge base in Dynamics, so agents can do searches through the knowledge base and provide information to consumers. And we have some APIs to allow you to build reports for chat activities and agent data. As we mentioned, Live Assist for Dynamics 365 has full omni-channel capabilities. So what you've seen today is basically the web app and some of the messaging channels from the asynchronous web channel, but we also support mobile apps. We support all the big names in social networking, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as the business chat channels like WhatsApp Business, Google Business Messaging, Apple Business, and many more, as well as Twilio SMS, and also an email channel. And we continue to grow these with our partner live person as new channels become available. And all of this is visible to the agent. So as they work in the widget, they're able to see which channel it is that they're communicating with on. As we mentioned too, our partnership with LivePerson enables us to add bots and artificial intelligence to your conversations with history. And my colleague Evan will deal in more detail with conversational AI and automation after me. But briefly, you have the ability to create very intelligent pre and post conversation surveys. And so you can capture important information before or after an interaction, perhaps a customer service rating, or perhaps you can understand what it is a customer wants before, and then intelligently route and escalate those conversations. And we're not just talking keyword understanding, but bots here have the ability to understand phrases and sentences, and that allows us to go even deeper into customer intent detection. So when we can see what it is that the customer actually wants, we can make an appropriate decision in the logic to route this off either to a correct skill or some other logic that you have. And now that we have our partnership too, we have an enlarged bot framework. So it's not just the Microsoft Azure bots that are available, but you can use LivePerson's native bots via Conversation Builder, as well as integrate third-party bots from vendors like IBM, Google, and Amazon. And finally, all of this can integrate with your ERP system or your knowledge base system, or perhaps some inventory system, so that your bot has access to this information. So in conclusion, why should you choose Live Assist for Dynamics 365? Well, quite simply, we are the omni-channel solution of choice for your Dynamics org. And we do this by making sure that we have tight integration within Dynamics. We have support for modern communication channels. We employ the best-in-class artificial intelligence technology and features. We also have a very responsive development team. Our product is incredible value for money. And as we spoke before, we have an excellent support team that's available there to make sure that your campaigns are a success. So hopefully today you've seen just how easy it is to assist customers and resolve their issues in real time using our very secure and compliant engagement platform. And you've also heard about some of the omni-channel capabilities like voice and video escalation, and co-browsing options, and all the different messaging channels. And finally, you've learned about the seamless integration that we have with Dynamics 365 so that your agents can provide the best-in-class customer experience. So thank you very much for taking some time to listen to me today. And I'd like to now hand back to Aryan.
Thank you very much for sharing your expertise in LAD365, Mr. Barnard. And indeed, Increasing customer satisfaction has never been easier with LAD365. So again, to our dear participants, you may send in your queries and clarifications via chat, and we will be glad to address them after the presentation. At this juncture, it is an honor to present to you our next speaker. Our next speaker is the head of pre-sales of APAC at LivePerson. He and his team play an instrumental role in helping LivePerson's customers and prospects digitally transform their customer experience strategy through conversational AI. He is a seasoned technology leader with more than 10 years of experience in AI and customer experience. And during his career, he has worked in leading organizations across the Asia Pacific, including Optus, Singtel, Woolworths, Metcash, Spark NZ, Reliance, ASICS, Astra International, and many others. Now, let us all welcome Mr. Evan Tanuharja.
Hi, Ariane. Thank you for a great introduction, and hello to everyone that joining this webinar. Thank you for joining this webinar, and thank you for Roderick that already give a brilliant demo around Live Assist for Microsoft Dynamics 365. So let me share my screen. You can see the screen. And then in this moment, I just want to take it back slightly, and I really want to share about who is LivePerson. I think we've seen the demo. It's a brilliant demo. I think Rod has nailed everything around conversational AI in Microsoft Dynamics 365. Now I just want to take it back. Why conversational AI and automation is so relevant at this day and age. So let me get started, and I'm going to get started simply with who is LivePerson. And I'm going to start with our vision statement. It's simply that we want to help brands to create a curiously human digital experience. At the end of the day, what we want to do is to create the easiness to connect between customer and brands, right? And that's exactly what we want to do in here. Okay, so as you can see on the right-hand side, this is like some of the experience on how you can leverage conversational AI in terms of the engagement with your customer. Now, in terms of our customer, who they are, we have been helping some of the most innovative brands across the globe. And then the beauty of our customers list is not only from a certain industry, but we've been helping multi-different industries. It could be financial, could be telco, could be travel, could be retail, right? And the beauty about this, we start learning and then start to cross-pollinate between some of these industries in here and take some best practice and then try it on other industries. And we are the expert in this, so then we will be able to give or to leverage some of our experience when we're speaking with our prospect and customers. Now, probably I'm going to be talking and showcasing in terms of what is the current customer experience looks like. What we are seeing in terms of the current customer experience that from some of the brands in the market. Sometimes it's not easy trying to connect with the brands. Sometimes the brands trying to hide how a customer can connect with them into a certain level deep inside their website. Sometimes when the customer trying to call the contact center, they have to wait for a long time, sometimes even in hours, not even minutes. So you are seeing long wait time. Sometimes it's very hard, and then some of this experience actually impacting in terms of the customer view into that brand. And then if I may talk about what are those impacts looks like, Sometimes because customer frustrated, there are some of lost revenue or trust. Sometimes because of that, it leads into a high operating cost. Sometimes because customers are frustrated when they speak with the agent, then they are very angry with their agent. Therefore, the agent is not happy, and then we start seeing a high attrition from the agent perspective, right? And obviously with this, customers, what they're trying to do is trying to connect with the brands from a multiple different angle. But because of that, then once they speak with the agent, there are a lot of pass on between one group into the other group. So probably if we have a look a couple of years ago, in terms of brands' approach into some of these things, they can choose, hey, do I want to deliver a good customer engagement, but then I'm going to be reducing in terms of efficiency, or I want to get operationally efficient, but sacrificing the customer engagement. Now, what we are seeing, especially with COVID, this is no longer a trade-off. You need to be able to deliver a brilliant customer engagement whilst delivering a good operational efficiency. And then I'm going to talk how our technology together with CBA LAD365 will be able to help you to deliver both of this customer engagement, a good customer engagement, with a great operational efficiency. Let's have a look. So when we start talking about conversational AI, what does it mean? Is it only to handle a certain life cycle of the customer? No. What we are trying to do in here is really trying to help with the full customer life cycle. So if we have a look in terms of this customer life cycle, they always start with a marketing side. They want to find a product, they want to understand more, and then we will be able to help in converting them into becoming a customer through sales, by helping them to find the right product or service. And then at the end, we want to deliver them a great customer experience so we can keep them as a customer. We can do an upsell into that customer and then give them other products or service. So start talking about this customer life cycle. Everything will start with sales. So what we are seeing in terms of the trends with some of our customers, once they implement a conversational AI for their sales use cases, we start seeing that their sales conversion goes up to about 10% or 10x. Sorry, not 10%, but by 10x, right? So we are seeing that we start helping in converting all of those prospects becoming a customer, right? We're trying to understand them. Obviously, with AI, we want to know when a customer is trying to start connecting with the brand, we're trying to understand what is their intent. What do they want to do? We're trying to understand them. We're trying to connect them with the right agent and the right campaign. With that, then we will be able to deliver those conversion. But again, customer care is the same within the same importance as well, because without the brands delivering a good customer care, I do not think the customer will be a last customer. It's not going to be lasting. Once again, what is really important in here is really trying to increase the customer satisfaction whilst delivering the efficiency in serving those customers the best possible way. Same principle, we try to understand them. We want to know what are their intents when they start connecting customer care. Is it because they're not happy about something? Is it because there's a problem with the product or service? And then after that, we're trying to connect them with the right people. I think this is very important to be able to connect those customers, the problem that they are facing, with the right people that can serve them, with the right people that can solve those problems, right? And this is like talking about kind of like to improve things like the first contact resolution as well. Okay, now why LivePerson can help And we start hearing a lot about Omnichannel, right? I just had a customer meeting in the past 3 days. I just arrived in Indonesia, and I can see there are a lot of there are some attendees from Master System Indonesia. So selamat siang Pak, everyone. I'm actually in Jakarta at the moment, but I've been hearing from the customers, from the prospect in Jakarta, how do they want to they want to solve the omni-channel problem, right? So in here, we want to serve the customer where they are, in the places that they've been engaging with their friends, with their families. And then also now we want to add brands into it as well. So you can see that there are a lot of connection, built-in connector to some of this channel out of the box. It could be Google Business Messaging, WhatsApp, Apple Messaging for Business, Line for Japan, Fiber for Philippines, WhatsApp for Indonesia. So we have all of these things already pre-built in. And Microsoft LAD365 will be able to leverage all of this connector as well. I think the last in here that you can see, we just added KakaoTalk as one of our channel about 2 months ago. So this is just trying to make it easy for the customer to be able to connect with the brands with some of this channel. So we are available with there. But then we start talking about the customer and customer life cycle. But then how we've been able to help the agent, how we're going to be able to empower the agent with AI, and how we're going to be able to reduce the attrition for the agents. Now, obviously with messaging, because we can handle things a lot more efficiently, when the customer is speaking with the agent, because the customer doesn't have to wait hours on the phone call before they can speak with an agent, the agent is not feel under pressure when they are speaking with the customer. So everything is becoming very nice, and then the agent will have time to be able to handle those customer inquiry. And then also in here, we have a feature called dynamic routing, which will be able to route the people intent or customer intent into the right agent. Therefore, the right agent will be able to have the right skill and availability to handle that customer inquiry. Therefore, customer is happy, agent doesn't feel pressured because they've been asked the thing that they are skilled and they know how to answer them. Therefore, it creates a better experience for the agent as well. We start seeing, I think we're going to see on the next slide when we start talking about some of the customer references, how we've been helping that agent attrition and efficiency as well. Okay, so let's talk about a customer that quite close to us in APAC in here, which is Sky Cable. They are our customer in the Philippines. They are a telco and cable company. Since they implement LivePerson conversational cloud, which empowered the LAD365, they can start seeing the customer satisfaction went up by about 70%. And then we can help them as part of this process. 1 in 5 conversations actually fully contained in a bot, so they do not have to speak with the live agent. And then we're seeing about 35% agent efficiency increase with this automation as well. Now, another customer example is HSBC. Who doesn't know HSBC, right? It is like a big global financial institution around the globe. They've been using our platform as well. And then in here, we can see that their CSAT is within the 90% plus. And we can see a lot of efficiency in terms of the customer satisfaction versus voice as well. Okay, so those are the overview around our product, around LivePerson. And before I go, I really want to share another retail example, which is Burberry. And then I'm going to do it through this video in here. So that's all from the team in Live Person. Thank you for your time. Ariane, I'll pass it on back to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tanoharja, for that informative talk. Venture the power of conversational AI and automation through LAD365 with the power of Live Person. At this point, we will begin answering the questions submitted during today's presentation. And as a reminder, you can still submit questions through our chat box. So please free to type in and send us in the chat box your questions. So right now, while we are waiting for your queries, all right, so we have one query here from MSI, from Mr. Edwin Romana. What languages are supported for the chat bot? So I do believe Mr. Roderick Barnard.
Oh, I can take that as well. In terms of the languages, now we do have our own natural language understanding (NLU) from Live Person, which is empowering the LAD365. At the moment, we support languages like English, Spanish, Bahasa Indonesia. We released that last year. Tagalog, it just been released about 6 months ago, and Japanese about 2 years ago. And we keep growing the languages that we are supporting. We start going through some of the languages in Europe. European languages like Dutch and French, and also in terms of closer into APAC, we start looking into the Mandarin and Chinese as a next release. But on top of our proprietary NLU, we can support any NLU from somebody like Amazon Lex, like IBM Watson, and also through Google Dialogflow as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tanoharja, for that answer from Live Person. And we also have an answer here in our chat box from Mr. Barnard. So you can also view that link so that you'll be able to know the list of languages that the chat box is having or offering. We also have another question from MSI Leonardo. I saw on the video there are payment progress. Is it already on your system or can integrate with other payment gateway? That's an interesting question as well.
It is a very interesting question, and Pak Leonardo, in the past few days as well, when we're speaking with customers in Indonesia, there are a lot of questions around payment gateway. The answer is we always leverage a third party for payment gateway because that's the easiest way to achieve PCI compliance, right? We standard out of the box. Depending on the channel, we can support the things like Google Pay and Apple Pay. But if there is any specific payment gateway, we will be able to support it. We have all of the right API to push those payments within the channels that we support.
Thank you very much for that answer, Mr. Tanoharja. And there's another follow-up question from from MSI Leonardo. How about your system? Does it support on-prem system?
Okay, so we get this a lot. The system that we've got is hosted within a private cloud. So it is not an on-premise system. It is a private cloud system. Now, we are in the process of moving this from a private cloud into a public cloud, but at the moment it is a private cloud system.
Thank you, Mr. Tanoharja. So I can see that Mr. Barnard would also like to share some insights.
Yes, and Leonardo, if you're also referring to Microsoft Dynamics on-prem, the answer is no, we don't support the on-prem product. We believe and see in Microsoft's roadmap that they're moving away from that. So our product is specifically for Microsoft Dynamics 365, their SaaS system, and our system is also like that.
All right, thank you very much. And you can also visit the links that were given by Mr. Barnard here in our chat box. So any other questions from our team and from the list of our participants? All right. So I think it looks like we have covered all the bases, but if ever, you can just always send us your questions or your queries through our email. And thank you everyone for sharing or for your interactive sharing of your insights and queries. They are all interesting. And we are indeed grateful to our presenters, Mr. Barnard and Mr. Tanoharja. So let's now proceed with some of the frequently asked questions. So first, what are the minimum requirements before installing Live Assist for Dynamics 365? So for this one, here are the minimum requirements for an LAD instance for user installation. So the steps to verify user permissions are included in the Starting a Trial article. And we also have getting started and tutorial videos for step-by-step instructions, which are all available in our website at support.liveassistfor365.com. Next question would be, is the service available globally? The answer is absolutely yes. LAD365 is available globally, and we have customers from Japan, APAC, EMEA, and the Americas. Third would be, of course, the pricing. So with regards to pricing, CBA offers simplified pricing. All you can eat, agent, campaign, bot, AI, etc. on a single pricing platform per interaction per seat. And to know more about this, we will be glad to set up a quick call and talk about your CPI usage and, of course, to tailor fit the engagements and campaigns to meet your goals. Fourth would be regarding the reseller agreement. Definitely, we value our partners and our resellers, and we ensure good compensation for referred clients. So, be one of our strategic partners and discuss with us on how we can further support your clientele. Lastly, the free trial. Definitely, we would like you to experience on how to empower your Dynamics agents with LAD365. So with that, we do invite you to take an opportunity to explore LAD365 by starting a 30-day free trial installation. So you may visit the webpage links provided for more information, and we can set either an introductory call or have a demo scheduled for you. So set forth the power of co-browsing to generate more sales and help your customers real time. All right, so I do believe we have reached the last part of our webinar, and we appreciate everyone's presence today. On behalf of CBA Global APAC team, we hope our webinar equipped you and let you unleash the capabilities of LAD365. Start improving your sales and customer experience. If you have any other questions, please do send us an email, and let's stay connected through our social media accounts on your screen and here in our chat box. Our team will be very, very eager to assist you. Thank you for joining us today. This is Arian May Kamba from Communication Business Avenue Incorporated, your professional concierge for business integration. Have a nice day, everyone, and see you in the rest of our webinar series. Thank you very much.